Welcome to the AP Chemistry Bootcamp video series. This is actually video 0, which is the introductory video. So there are 9 videos of material plus this one, which is just an introduction to the series. So let's get started by talking about what the purpose of the bootcamp is. So what we're going to talk about in this video is what the purpose of the boot camp is, why we're doing this over the summer, why it's important for you to do this over the summer, and then what the topics are of the 9 videos that follow this video. Before that, I thought I'd start with some Mr. Jones fun facts. The first time I recorded this series of videos, I was brand new to St. David's, and so I had a whole section of Meet Mr. Jones. Since I'm not brand new anymore, I just thought I would shorten that down to just a few simple facts about who I am outside of the classroom. So one of the most important things about me is that I've got kids, and so I've got 3 kids plus some daughters and sons-in-law and a granddaughter whom you can see down at the bottom. So this is a picture of all of my children taken about half a year or so ago when they were together. Another fun thing about me is that so I lived in North Carolina for many years. Then I lived in LA for a few years. Then I came back, and when I came back, I bought a house in Hillsborough. So one important thing to know about me is that I live in Orange County. Here's a picture of me, and I've also managed to work in my dog Rufus, along with this photograph of myself and our house, which we bought back in March of 2018. And then finally, my favorite hobby is riding a bicycle, and this is my 2018 Cannondale Super 6 Evo carbon frame bicycle that I actually got. I had an aluminum frame bicycle, and then I got hit by a car, and so that driver's insurance company bought me a new bike, and so now I've got a carbon bike, and my leg is all better. All right, so let's talk about the boot camp. What is the purpose of the boot camp? Well, AP Chemistry is a difficult course. It's a college-level chemistry course. It contains a lot of concepts at a level that is higher than what you would get in the regular chemistry class at St. David's. So it's a difficult course, and it moves very quickly. There's a lot of material, and in order to cover it all in time for the AP Chemistry exam in May, we've got to move through it very quickly. So the faster we can get out of the starting block, the more time we have for the challenging stuff. So the point of the bootcamp series is to go through some what I consider fairly fundamental concepts that are not too difficult to grasp, so that you know those things going into the year, and then we have a head start on the rest of the year, and we can spend more time with the challenging stuff. My expectation for you is that you will watch all of these videos. There are worksheets associated with each. I expect you to not complete every part of every worksheet, but certainly do enough of each so that you feel you've gained mastery of these subjects. I'm not going to grade the worksheets. I should back up when I said assess. I am going to assess you on this material. I'm not going to grade the worksheets. But you should have done them to the point, watch the videos and done the sheets to the point that you feel sufficient mastery of the material. All right, let's move on. So what are the bootcamp topics? There are 9 videos, as I mentioned, in addition to this one. The first one has to do with numbers, and that is using scientific notation, and then just a conversation about logarithms and exponential functions. Second video, again, deals with numbers in the person of significant figures. So what do we mean by significant figures, and then how do we manipulate them in calculation? Then our last video about numbers and things like this has to do with the metric system, the units that we will use in AP Chemistry, and then dimensional analysis, which is really just a fundamental method for doing calculations with units. The fourth video is going to talk about common chemical elements that we'll encounter in this course, as well as the concept of the mole. The fifth video related to that is going to be on molar mass. Video number 6 has to do with different types of chemical equations and balancing chemical equations. And then number 7 is on stoichiometry, which is using balanced chemical equations to understand the mass ratios in which things combine in chemical reactions. Number 8 is going to be talking about the 2 different types of bonding, covalent and ionic bonding, and then focusing on ions and ionic compounds. And the last one is going to focus on molecular compounds. And then finally, the concept of molarity, which has to do with concentrations of compounds in solution. So the format is you're going to watch the videos, and then within each video, there will be sample problems that I will show you. And so you'll have an opportunity while you're watching each video, say, to pause the recording and do a sample problem. And then each video will have 1 or more practice worksheets to complete afterward. In terms of pacing, I would strongly suggest that you not leave all this until the end of the summer, that you just work your way through it over the course of the summer so that you feel that you're not rushed at the end. And then I will also have in the same box folder that has the sheet that had the link to these videos as well as the worksheets, there will be keys. So you can take a look at your answers, the answers and the keys once you work through the worksheet. Okay, so here's a practice problem of the type that you would get either on a worksheet or in one of the videos. So I said a few things about myself at the beginning of the video. So now the question is, which of these 4 statements about me is correct? Mr. Jones has 5 children. Mr. Jones has a dog. Mr. Jones bought a house in Durham. Mr. Jones rides a Trek road bike. And of course, the correct answer is that Mr. Jones has a dog. I have 3 children. The house that I bought is in Hillsborough, and I ride a Cannondale road bike. So that's the end of the introductory video. Go ahead and get started on the first one, again, which has to do with scientific notation and logarithms and exponential functions. Don't hesitate to contact me by St. David's email at any point over the course of the summer if you have a question about anything. And thanks so much for watching.